You came out as gay. How did you come out as a pop star? Like, like what was the transition from being this musical theater, very precocious kid to, okay, this is what I want to do with my life. This is,
so I've been really blessed because I've been working for the past several years on the board of GLAAD. And what I've learned through GLAAD, and congratulations on your GLAAD Media Award, by the way, on your GMA. What I've learned from GLAAD is that, we are at a time right now where queer representation in media is more important than ever. Right. And like you mentioned it in my introduction, I've been gay on Broadway, I've been gay on movies, I've been gay on TV. Where have I not yet been gay? Music. And it's like, it's such an amazing place because music reaches so many more people than even any other genre. Music is just so powerful. And I've always loved music. Obviously, my little sister is, I think, one of the greatest musicians of all time, ever. And I've just learned from her and watched her grow over the years. And so I was on a GLAAD board meeting retreat and was listening to Spotify, and I just kept getting fed this one artist. And I reached out to him on Instagram. I was like, would you be willing to work with me in the studio? His name is Gregory Dillon. And he just took me into the studio, and like music just started pouring out of me. Wow. And I was just like, wow, I have so much to say. At 8 years sober, 8 years sober now. Thank you so much. Yes. And I think like just that, having that space and that time allowed me to access parts of me that I didn't know I could. Like I could never have written this album when I was drinking or using. Right. I could never have launched a pop career when I was drinking and using because I wouldn't have made it to the shows, let's be honest.
And that's incredible.
Yeah, so there's so much of that, like it's the timing of it just with GLAAD and with sobriety, and then the music came out of me, and then I played it for my sister, and she was like, this is so good. She started crying.
Oh my God.
And then I took the music to Republic just to be like, hey, like, where should I go? Expecting them to send me somewhere else. And they were like, you're home. This is your home.
Wow.
So how do you feel about gagging everyone on Pride 2025? Because I know that your album is going to be releasing on Pride.
Yes.
And you have two iconic songs, Rhythm of Love and
Boys. Boys is out too.
And where did this, obviously you're giving us the backstory, but now let's focus on the album. What can you give us?
So again, like you know the backstory. So much of it is community based, right? Like it's all for the community. It's all in times when in my life I've felt like under attack or under pressure or kind of lost. I've always sought refuge on the dance floor. So like even going back to me dancing to Madonna in mommy's living room when I was a confused little kid, being like, I don't know what I'm doing, but this is the only place where I feel seen and happy. Is when I was like, borderline, feels like I'm going to, you know what I'm saying? So I wanted to create an album that brought the community together, because we're under attack right now, all of us. Every single person sitting at this table right now, we are all under attack. So like we cannot be firing on all, so like we can't be fighting 24/7. Sometimes we need to be reminded of what we're fighting for, and for me that's community and that's dance floor. So let's get our asses onto the dance floor and shake them so that when we go back to waging war, we feel a little bit better.
Was it like a scary transition? Because I feel like music is a lot more vulnerable, and you're like showing a piece of you that's just personal. So was it scary to get into music?
Terrifying. It was absolutely terrifying. And I would say, because like at that we were listening, I think it was a Yes and release party, I think. There was literally just me, my best friends, my sister, and we were just all together, and my best friend said, like, did you play your sister your music? And I was like, shut the f up. I was like, shut the f up. And I ran, I was like, what? And I was like, Dominic. I was like, no. And then I was so scared to play that first song.
Yeah.
And then from then it just became easier and easier and easier because it was obvious that it was coming from an authentic place within me that I didn't really access much as an actor. You're doing other people's words. You're singing other people's songs. And so now it's like I'm getting to actually tell my story through music. And the story goes from like me being a mess in the clubs to me getting sober to me getting married, all in one album, which is so fun. Like I cover like all sorts of, I cover a lot of distance on this project.
Yeah.
And it's just, it feels good, but it is scary. It's very scary.
What's the vibe of this new album as far as like aesthetics? What are we trying to give? Like, what are we trying to like showcase here?
Okay, so I kind of like, if I describe it as like a color, and if there was a color, it would be black holographic rainbow. You know, like where like is a little, there's some darkness there. There's some, we talk about some serious
Okay.
you know, like Hotel Rock Bottom, the title track is about that moment when I realized like either I'm going to check out of this hotel or I'm going to
Okay.
check out of life.
Wow.
Like that's it. So like that's the anchoring of the album, which is a very serious moment in my life. But it's like, how do we find the joy and the laughter and the light and the rainbow and the shine? Otherwise, there's no point in continuing to live. Like I had to get back to the Frankie that I was before I started drinking and using.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the journey you go through on the album. Like it's like messy, gotta get sober, and then it's like, oh wow, I'm getting sober. But even in sobriety, there's some darkness. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like just because like, hello, like I'm 8 years sober and look at what we're dealing with in the country right now. It's like, we still have to do life on life's terms.
If anything, your inner demons get louder when you're sober, right?
Because you can hear them.
Exactly.
Yes,
I mean, I would think.
exactly.
So